let's try again. Damn. Hello, Leo. And welcome to this rather shitty stream, I would assume. The connection is not too bad at the moment. But other than that, it's going great. It's going great! Okay. 17... 50. Alright. So how's the connection on YouTube? Because I just before the stream I messed around with the settings a little bit in order to improve them, but it doesn't seem like they have improved at all. So are you able to get like 1080, or what's the highest resolution you can get? $1440. Damn. 1440, really? And is it buffering that much? Is it buffering at all? Like, alright, well that's a good start. That's a good start. Okay, I'll just leave the settings at that. I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. Hopefully, this should be good. Hopefully. Welcome to Jarky also. Long time no see. Alright, looks like we have 2 people on board already. It's not too bad. It's a nice and quiet stream. I like that. Uh, 200. Okay. Very nice. Okay, so for the time being, we have Lisbon ground, Lisbon approach. Okay, back to 1, okay. People come and go, that's fine. Making us all busy, isn't it? Well, yeah. School and work, I guess. School and work. Are you guys enjoying your Saturday? I hope you are. I kind of expected more from Microsoft Flight Sim, to be honest. Look at those static flags. That's great, Leo. That's really, really good. Okay. The mechanic thing is going great. Also, thanks for asking. It's pretty good. Not complaining. It's a lot of wheel changes at the moment, but I guess that's just part of the game. For the time being, that is. My pen is running out of ink. Come on, Ryanair 385. Yeah, and cleaning. Yeah, well, luckily the cleaning bit is not part of our job, at least. Okay. And Jarki, do you find the stream okay? I mean, regarding the connection and everything? Because Leo said it was fine. Not that I don't trust him or... yeah, I got one on my screen as well. Okay. Well. Because on my preview screen here to my left it says that 360p is the highest setting. And it's also buffering quite a bit, but yeah, let me know about that. Alright, Lisbon to Madeira. Let's fucking go. And I'm thinking of doing the VR or the visual approach runway 05 despite the wind. Yeah, at the moment the winds are favoring runway 2, what is it? Runway 23, but I'm thinking of either going offline or asking ATC if that's okay if we grab runway 05. You'll have me on the background, need to work on the presentation. No worries, Jarky. No worries. What's that presentation about, man? Anything good? Is it mechanic related? Is it car related? What is it? Rhino 385. Okay, so we'll go with runway 20. Gansu 80. And I'll plan for the VRTME Alpha runway 05 via Abuzu. And then we'll grab the Raccoon 1 Papa. And then all the stuff in between. So Gansu, Nata, Galpa, Galpa, Roulette, and then Uniform November 975 to Raccoon. Let's check how that looks. So it's a pretty straight ahead or straightforward departure, which is straight ahead, and then Pilim, Abuzu, and then we'll figure out the rest from there when we get there. That looks good, we can execute that. And what have we planned for the alternate airport today? I believe that is Gran Canaria. Yep, Golf Charlie Lima Papa. Just put it in here. In the meantime, we can ask for some boarding because we did get a little bit of a late start today. Let's just go with 9,100. And the zero fuel weight is 56.3. That's not 56.3. What? Really? Okay then. That's not all that much, but okay. Yeah. Just gonna wait for the full truck. No worries, Leo. No worries at all. I'll catch you later, mate. Come on, fuel truck, come on. go. Cool. Root is all done. Alternator is all done. Now for the performance. As mentioned, the fuel on board was 9 tons, 9.1, and the zero fuel weight was 56.3. Reserves are 3.5 because Gran Canaria is quite far away. Cost index 6, that's Rhino operations. Cruising level 370. The wind up there is 259 at 96. And the temperature is minus 49. And the transition altitude here at Lisbon is 4,000. Alright. Let's just take a look at the weather real quick. That's the route. Yeah. We might have a jet stream going on in overhead the Iberian Peninsula. Let's see. Okay, there's no significant weather showing. Okay. Headwind today. We have like roughly 100 knots headwind, and yeah, that will be dialed down to a 50 knot headwind, and then the winds will die down the closer we get to Madeira, at least at our cruising altitude. The weather at Lisbon at the moment, it is quite gusty. The winds are 280 at 11, gusting 21. Variable winds, we got rain, few clouds at 3000, temperature 17, QNH 1008. The weather at Madeira is looking way nicer. We got 210 at 6 knots. Also variable winds, got few clouds, 1623 on the temperature. Okay, so we can pretty much from now on expect variable wind of 5 knots. But yeah. And then at 30, 30% probability of temporary from, okay, that's not in our time frame basically, so we can disregard that. Let's do some performance calculations, and also before we do that we might wanna get the clearance, which means we have to get the ATIS first, which is 121, there's 124.155, 124.155.
1800Z. Expect ILS approach, runway and use 20. Transition level 55 after landing, vacate via Hotel 1. Advise if unable medium and light aircraft. Expect position uniform for departure. Takeoff available distance 2,412 meters if unable. Advise before push. Wind 280 degrees 9 knots, variable between 240 and 310 degrees, visibility 10 kilometers. Cloud. View at 2,500 feet, temperature 17, 2.11 QNH 1008. Comply with speed limitations. Acknowledge LPPT information, Juliet.
Juliet.
Humberto Delgado Airport, Giadas Juliet. 1800Z. Expect ILS approach, runway and use 20. Transition level 55 after landing, vacate via Hotel 1. Advise if unable medium and light aircraft. Expect position uniform for departure.
Uniform for departure.
Takeoff available distance 2,412 meters if unable. Advise before push. Wind 280 degrees 9 knots, variable between 240 and 310 degrees, visibility 10 kilometers. Cloud. View at 2,500 feet, temperature 17, 2.11 QNH 1008.
That's copied.
Comply with speed limit.
Let's go over to tower now and get the clearance. 121.755, 121.755. It's gonna be the Gansu, was it 8 Sierra, runway 20. We can expect flight level 60. Okay. Lisbon ground, very good evening, Rhino 385, stand 208, information Juliet for the Alpha to Madeira. Is there anyone there? Rhino 385, requesting Alpha clearance to Madeira, information Juliet.
Rhino 385, information Juliet is correct. Correct. Clear to Madeira via Gansu 8 Sierra departure, squawk 4743.
Cleared Madeira via the Gansu 8 Sierra departure, squawk 4743, Rhino 385.
Rhino 385, feedback correct, calling 1 ready for pushback.
We'll go. Squawk 4743. Perfect. And yeah, this looks good. Okay, so from position uniform, we can depart with flaps 5 and take off 22K, 35 on the selected temperature. Flaps 5, V1 141, oops, 142 and 146. 41, 42, 46. The center of gravity is 20.3. Alright, so the noise abatement, standard NADP2, which means level off at 1000 feet and accelerate from there. The minimum flat retraction altitude today is 1174. That's minus the elevation that Lisboa is sitting on, minus 355, that gives us 819. And 9er. And then we'll set 819er up here. Sorry, we'll set 1174 up here. Where do I find the noise abatement info? That is that was the boarding just completed. No, but I'll send the website. It's don't know if you know the streamer, the YouTuber Blackbox, but he has a website where you can find all of these types of relevant information. We've got engine out routes and noise abatement procedures. So for the okay, so apparently according to the virtual performance tool, there is no engine out sit available. That is probably because we have to fly runway heading. Yep. Also on the black box website, it says track runway heading to 25 miles and hold. Well, there you go, Jockey. Some airports, if you have a Jeppesen subscription or a Navigraph subscription, that is, sometimes you can find the noise abatement information on the taxi tab, and then on the, I think it's on the one of the departure briefing charts.
Radio check. Yeah.
Okay, what else? What else? Okay, so The fueling is complete. Let's close some doors already and get going, shall we? Start up the APU. Refueling is complete. And I always like to tune in the local VOR station, or at least the VORs associated with the departure on the radio panels as well. Gansu 8 Sierra. Okay, so the Gansu 8 Sierra is pretty easy, pretty straightforward departure. Let me show you guys. Unload, import. Okay, so yeah, there's the Lisbon VOR. Does it automatically tell me if it's the NADB2 or the other one? It will tell you. It does say on the website. Let me show you. Jarky. Just 1 second.
Can you get KNH? Clear the support study inbound for the other departure.
Okay, so it says right here, mate, NADB2. And you also have to, you know, the noise abatement procedure information in Boeing aircraft is in feet above ground, so AGL, whilst on Airbuses it's above main sea level. Now Black Box is a captain on the Airbus, which means that all of this information just naturally is inserted in a way that is you know, more compatible with Airbus. So the figures right here, 1380, you can basically put them straight in the MCDU in an Airbus. You can't really do that with Boeing because well, in order to do that, you have to subtract the aerodrome elevation from this number here. So let's go 1380 minus 374. There you go. That's roughly 1,000 feet. So as long as you do this every time, then you should be good to go. That's what I do as well. That's how I got the number as well. So, but you can also just eyeball it easily. So 1,380, and then the aerodrome elevation is 374. Well, that's roughly 1,000 feet. So just put 1,000 feet in. That's no worries at all. And where did I come from? Yeah, Navgraph charts. Yeah, straight ahead, heading 205 to Netvo, right hand turn, or maybe more like straight ahead to Gansu. Initial climb clearance is 6,000 feet, flat level 60 is set. We are squawking 4743, 4743, and I expect to taxi via by the way, taxiway Tango, you can see here Tango 6, Tango 5, Tango 4, Tango 3, Tango 2, Tango 1. Basically taxiway Tango used to be a runway before, and I can't remember if the MK Studios actually have updated the scenery. I think they have, but in their previous sceneries there still was a runway here, even though that it wasn't really a runway anymore. Hello JTech. And what about the values that Phoenix Performance Calculator gives you? Do you know if they're accurate? I don't think they're accurate, mate. I don't think that the Phoenix electronic flight bag has a database of all of the possible noise abatement departure procedures. So no, I don't think it is. The only number that I think might be a little bit accurate is the engine out acceleration height, because that is a number that the electronic flight bag should calculate for you, given, you know, based on the current weight and the winds and all that, the flap settings and all that stuff. So the engine out acceleration height or altitude is something that only the EFB calculates for you. Just the regular acceleration height and the reduction altitude is something you can find on Blackbox's website that I sent to you before, and also in the taxi charts or in the taxi section of the Navigraph charts, in the taxi tab, and then in the departure briefing charts. There you can also sometimes find the noise abatement departure procedures as well. Pushback either facing west or east, I don't really know. Then taxi via, maybe via Tango, via Quebec, maybe via Vector and Uniform. And then we'll grab Uniform 5 for departure, that's what I have calculated. Only the heavies get to depart from Sierra 4. I very love the 737. Well, I very do too, I guess. Before or after to take off? I do not know what that means, Jacek. Before or after to take off? What? I can't really decipher that, I'm sorry. But we are going to take off within like 10 minutes, so stick around for that. That is the briefing for you guys. Let's get going now, shall we? Flight directors, my flight director on first, and we only want to depart with LNAV. That's right, because Ryanair does that as well. Delete the fuel, or the planned fuel number here, because the verified fuel is on board. V2 is 146. Let's ask for the truck now. Leo is back, everyone. Welcome back, Leo. Runway heading is 205, if I'm not mistaken. It's the other way. Level 60, and the courses are 205 as well. All the way up to 205, 205, 205. Gotta love the GSX accent. 205. Okay, let's get the before start checklist. What's my favorite type? Sorry about that. My favorite type is definitely the 737, above all else. But I do like other aircraft as well. I'm very open-minded about that. Park brake set. To be specific, the 737-800. Okay, before start checklist, flight deck door is closed and locked. Fuel, we have 9.1 tons on board, that's 9.2, it's checked, and the pumps, all the pumps except for the center pumps. We'll just wait a little bit with that GSX. Actually, you want the center pumps on, my mistake. Passenger signs are on, windows are locked, MCP V2 146 heading 205, initial climb level 60. Takeoff speeds 141, 142, 146. I'll update that after the pushback. CDU preflight is completed, rudder and aileron trim. Aileron trim is 0, rudder trim is 0. Taxi and takeoff briefing is completed, and we will select the anti-collision light on after we get the push and start clearance. Just gonna check the ATIS. We now have information kilo. And yeah, still runway 20 for departure. 280 at 9. Okay, that's checked. At Lisbon you want to squawk mode Charlie, so make sure to do that before the pushback, otherwise the controller will tell you squawk mode Charlie, and then you have to call for the push and start again.
Taxi Alpha 12 for holding point runway 20.
Yeah, the 747 is definitely also one of my favorites. Lisbon ground, Rhino 385 with information kilo, stand 208 for the push and start.
Rhino 385, push and start is approved, facing west, direction, facing east.
Push and start approved facing east for Rhino 385. Continue. And push and start approved facing. Right, so that's a right hand pushback. Anti-collision light is on, and the before start checklist is now fully complete. Release the parking brakes.
Contact to Lisbon approach, frequency 119.105, Lombo atrás.
Let's fire up some
119.105, movement to Saitek, over that will be step up.
Yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on the 747 in Microsoft Flight Sim by PMDG, that is. And 1, oil pressure 25, let's add the fuel. And ignition. Dear passengers, please listen up as we will be going over a quick safety demonstration. Heads up everyone. Everyone, Leo will be performing the safety demonstration. .56. Thrust levels was not idle. Oopsies. Yeah, auto throttle off. Alright, stable. Parking brake. Set.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
.25. Oh my god, we're crashing! Ah! Now, this is an official, the Danish flyer flight, so that might happen actually. Nah, oh, maybe it will. I certainly don't hope so. Alright, after start flow, generators, probe heat, engines is off, left pack auto, isolation valve auto, right pack auto, APU bleed off, engine start switch are continuous, and APU bleed or APU off. Flaps 5, the ground crew has disconnected. Oil rake, RTO, reset the fuel flow. And do we have a hand signal? Yeah, we do. That's the bypass pin. Alright, file control check. For forward, for left, neutral, full right, neutral, full left on the rudder, and full right, neutral. Recall is checked. Alright. Put them on before Hebel Nullis. Duh. Now let's do a quiz. Where will the mask drop from? That's great. 3 of us is going to get oxygen. That's so wicked, Leo. Fucking hell. Alright. Generators on, probe heat is on, engine is off, isolation level auto, engine start switcher are continuous, recall is checked, auto brake is RTO, engine start level is idle descent, flight controls were checked and ground equipment is clear. All taxi check is complete. And let's go get the taxi clearance, shall we? Rhino 385, request taxi.
Rhino 385, Lisbon ground, very good evening. Taxi to send 115 via Golf and Alpha.
115 via Golf and Alpha. Sorry, were we just given a stand for Rhino 385?
It's fine. Alpine, sorry, my mistake. Taxi via Zulu, Mike, and the Alpha, and the uniform 5, holding point runway 20.
Zulu, Mike, Alpha, holding point, uniform 5 for Rhino 385. Thank you very much. We were just given a stand, you guys.
Alpine 81 Golf Alpha, Lisbon ground, very good.
Alright, so we're definitely not going to make Zulu 3, so let's go for Zulu 1 down here. Alright. Leo, please let me know when the cabin is fully ready for departure. That'd be great. Alright, Mike and Alpha. Okay, so we are basically gonna follow that terminal, or go parallel that terminal over here. Cabin is ready for departure. Okay, that's good. Alright, 2 people joined in. Let's say hello to Mihai. Mihai. And hello to El Papino. FSLTL. 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 What is that? Sounds familiar. FSLTL. No, I don't think I use FSLTL anymore. I just changed over to the A2A simulations livery package for VATSIM. It should work with IVA02. It should. Alright, so this is the runway, the old runway I was talking about.
Continuous taxi via Tango with the next taxiway at your left. It's parallel to the Alpha. Continue and via uniform.
Via Tango and then uniform, Rhino 385. Quick thinking there, chat. So we are actually right now on the old runway. Pretty cool. El Pepino, I'm not really sure. I mean, I would imagine that it works for IVAO as well. As long as you have, as long as you can sort of generate a model matching file for IVAO for the client itself. I don't know if those two, yeah, I don't know. I guess that the model matching file for VATSIM you can use for IVAO as well. Rhino can't afford the new runway. That's a nice one. Burn! Okay, Mihai is getting a problem after 30-40 minutes. His game crashes. I'm sorry Mihai, but I have no fix for you, mate. I would imagine it's hardware related, something to do with your hardware, your graphic card. But yeah, try to do some troubleshooting online, okay? Because I can't really help you. My knowledge is very, very limited. Alright, just quickly gonna update the weather real quick on the performance. LPPT. The winds are 280 at 9. Approach 119.105 for Rhino 385. Thanks for the help. Bye bye.
Sorry for any mistake.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Oh, look at that. That's a heavy. Right, so uniform 5 is basically straight ahead. And the winds were 280 at 9. Okay, so the takeoff speeds are still valid. Before takeoff checklist, we got flaps 5, green light, and the trim is 6.25, which it is not. 625 set. Before takeoff checklist complete. Approach, good evening, Rhino 385 at uniform 5.
Rhino 385, Lisboa approach, good afternoon, line up and wait, runway 20 for uniform 5.
Line up and wait, runway 20, Rhino 385. Do you think Exploit will run on a MacBook Pro?
Lufthansa 256, identified, heading 260.
You know, actually when I started flying X-Plane, that was the first simulator that I eventually started on, that led me to this whole flight simulator journey. I watched a guy doing VATSIM tutorials, and he was having, or he had a MacBook of some sort, which I found odd. But there might be a reason for why he had that, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe it will run pretty good. I'm not really sure. Cabin is ready, so we are fully ready for rock and roll. But my guess, Leo, would be no. Alright, so the winds are 280, everybody, so that's a wind from the right. That means a left rudder input and a right aileron input. Only very little aileron, that is.
Rhino 385, wind at 20 degrees, 9 knots, variable between 250 and 310 degrees, runway 20, clear for takeoff.
20, clear takeoff, Rhino 385. Alright, let's do this, everyone. Start the chrono, and let's run roll. 40%.
Lufthansa 256, proceed direct tab leg.
Direct tab leg will concentrate.
Stable. setting takeoff thrust. Thrust set. Slide forward pressure on the yoke.
80 knots.
Checked. A little bit of right aileron, just a touch. And left rudder.
Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. Yeah, variable winds indeed. Alright, N1, let's bug up. Flaps 1, speed checked.
Alfa 256, proceed direct a cool.
Say again for 2026.
Oh, look at that, fucking hell.
256, proceed direct a cool.
Direct Akku.
Alright, flaps up.
Scanner 385, identified. Continue climb flight level 240.
Level 240 for Rhino 385. 240. VNAV. And we can delete the climb profile as well. We've been given an altitude higher than level 150. Let's pitch up a little bit. Right. It's actually sitting pretty good here regarding trim. So autopilot on.
Portugal 9er, to approach, boa tarde. Wind 280 degrees, 9er knots, variable between 250 and 310 degrees, runway 20 clear for takeoff.
After takeoff checklist, packs, auto, bleeds are on, landing gears up and off, flaps up, no lights. After takeoff check is complete. Absolutely stunning, this departure. Alright, so I will have the seatbelt sign turned on for a little while longer because the wind at a cruising level is pretty rough. It's almost close to 100 knots, so I'll just stick around and check out the wind for a little bit before I actually turn the seatbelt signs to off. Right, passing level 100. Let's do the pre-cruise checks. Pressurization is looking good. And the cabin temperature, let's dial that down a bit.
Portugal 9er, identified, turn height heading 300. Charlotte Sierra 108, Lisbon approach, Roger, standby, we'll call you back, you are number 1 for clearance. from Sunday 73 Golf Kilo, descend to flight level 70. From Sunday 73 Golf Kilo, it's flight level 70.
The flight time today is 1 hour and 34 minutes. And I do expect a VR visual runway 05. So make sure to stick around for that.
Charlie Sierra 108 Lisboa. Charlie Sierra 108, confirm code requested.
Or it does seem like the air is
Charlie Sierra 108.
a little bit smoother than I anticipated initially.
Airport
So
from Niner, start on the height heading 020.
seatbelt signs to off. There you go, and then I'll turn it back on again if the air gets too rough.
Charlie Sierra 108, confirm intentions after departure. Charlie Sierra 108, say again. Charlie Sierra 108, inside the Lisboa TMA airspace, you will require flight plan with the tunnels and you will need the route, so please follow, please refile your flight plan with the correct route. Final 385, release from Lisboa, monitor Unicom 122 Malay, bye bye.
Unicom for Ryanair 385, bye bye. Very good. Alright, alright, alright. Now I just have to look forward to a nice 1 hour cruise. Transition level is 6,000. I'm going to Madeira next month, December 1st. That was actually the whole reason why I created the stream. Completely forgot to tell you guys. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I can't wait. Bloody can't wait. I just hope the weather will be nice. It's always quite a gamble. So yeah, and I also hope when I fly down there in real life that I get to experience the visual runway 05. That'd be great. That'd be so awesome. Fuel, checked. File level 200, let's give the pressurization. 1000 to go, that's checked. And pressurization looks good. To climb level 370. And yeah, let's look at the arrival. So, can expect the VOR, visual runway 05. Okay, so we are going to arrive via the Raccoon waypoint. Gonna do the Raccoon 1 Papa for a good while, and at some point we will not fly to Pilim, but instead we will fly to Abuzu, which is the initial approach fix for the VR runway 05. So in real life too, they would at some point on the Raccoon or Lidru arrival respectively get a direct to Abuzu, and from Abuzu they could execute the visual approach. So Raccoon, let's just go Mike. No, let's just go direct from Raccoon to Abuzu. Abuzu, and then we have a FD211. Yeah. And then we have the functional VR. And then we have the Mike Delta 211 waypoint, and we're going to fly heading 211. 211, that's checked. The missed approach point is the Mike Delta 211 point down here. Missed approach point, which is here. So, well, I guess we technically also have a minimum altitude, which is 940. But when we pass the missed approach point here, and we do not have the runway in sight, that we must execute a go around, or a missed approach, that is. Before the published missed approach here, or before the published missed approach point here, before we turn base or turn final and all that good stuff, we will make a left turn to heading 137, intercept radial 170 to Fusul, climbing to 3000. That's the missed approach procedure on the downwind leg. And I guess that if you lose reference of the runway during the turn, or during, you know, the final lineup here, then I guess we would just turn further right and then follow the missed approach procedure here, which is heading 137 and then intercept radial 170 to Fusul. So the minimum or the lowest we can go, the very lowest we can go during this procedure here is 940. So what I think I'll do is not fly at 940 like all the way during these 6 miles here, but instead maybe hit 940 feet right here at the 6 miles, and then begin the right hand turn to Galo and Rosario. If you want to do this approach yourself, then you can actually enter the waypoints here. We have Galo right here, and then Osario, you'll have to use code ROSRO. Also ROSRO. And there you go. You cannot enter Osario, the full name, because you only have like 5 characters. But yeah. Then what I also like to do is create a custom waypoint that resembles the base turn. So it's actually pretty simple to do that. So we will create this custom waypoint based on the Funchal VUR. So what we'll do initially is then enter Funchal, the IKEA code for the VUR, Foxtrot Uniform November. We will then need the heading that we will fly, which is 211. Make a slash, and then the distance where we want the waypoint to be at. And then press enter. And right here is where we must begin the final turn. What you can also do is copy this and insert it into the fix page. And then just erase what you did, and then the waypoint will still be there. This is normally what I do when flying engine out procedures, for instance, because then you will have a magenta line, which is basically the normal line when everything goes well, goes according to plan, and then you will have the green dots right here, which does not interfere with the legs page, with the magenta line. So those go into the fixed pages right here. They will still be visible. And also, I guess I could leave these points in the legs section as well, but we are going to fly this approach visually anyway, so I also expect to hand fly it at that point. That's useful. It is. It is indeed. Okay, let's look at the runway environment. Runway 05, we have runway runway lights, spacing 60 meters, and runway 05 is grooved as well. Number 3, we have high intensity approach light system going on at runway 05. This is also part of the curved landing light system here, I think. Anyways, we have touchdown zone lights, and then we have poppies. The runway is 45 meters wide, and from the threshold there's 2,500 meters available, which is plenty. I even think that we can vacate at Bravo if the turnaround time permits. But since it is Ryanair, we have some very quick turnaround times we have to adhere to. I think Ryanair is known for their short turnaround time of 25 minutes. Like, imagine having to deboard all the passengers and clean up the cabin and then board the passengers again in 25 minutes. That's quite optimistic in my opinion. That might also be why that Ryanair is subject to so many delays. But yeah. 1,000 to go, that's checked. And also at Madeira, a follow me car is mandatory at this airport. So yeah. The wind is let's get a meter. The wind at 270 at 5 knots, clearly favoring runway 23. But what? I'm a little bit cheeky today, and I'll go for runway 05 anyways. Let's take a look at the wind limitations here. The wind is 270, which is in this quadrant right here. And yeah, basically meaning there's no limitation. It is a 5 knot, or close to a 5 knot tailwind though, so the landing distance might be significantly more or significantly longer for that reason. But that is the plan. Alright, so we have 258 nautical miles until the top of descent. The top of descent is roughly in like 30-40 minutes from now, 40 minutes from now. So make sure to tune in again in like 30 minutes, then you'll get the full arrival also. But yeah, I'm also going to take the time now to go out and have a little fresh air. Thank you all for tuning in for the departure. Hopefully I'll see you guys all again during the arrival. But yeah, I'll be AFK for a little bit. But yeah, if the aircraft begins to act weird and all that, it's because of my hardware. Apparently I get all these sorts of ghost inputs with my joystick and throttle, so if flaps 1 is suddenly getting deployed, then that's the reason why. But yeah. Alright. I'll see you guys a little bit later. Alright. We have 70 miles to go till the top descent. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. Runway 05, measure distance. What is the distance to here? That's roughly 1,600. Winds are 27084, calm winds. I think this is pretty acceptable for a V1 visual for runway 05. Outside temperature is 21 degrees, QNH is 1016. Flaps 30 or 40, I'm not really sure yet. What's the landing weight approximately? That is a difference of 0.8 to 61.5. Okay, so we need 1,600 to make the first intersection, or to make Bravo. That is pretty much auto brake max and flaps 30. Okay, so max auto gives us 44 minutes on the turnaround time, which is not really suitable. We need 25 minutes. So the next auto brake setting available is 2,300 meters, which is all the way up here. Almost at the end, so I reckon we can make this turning pad right here. So it's going to be flaps 30, auto brake 3, and full reverse. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Auto brake 3. QNH was 1016. Alright, let's go for the briefing now, or maybe not, we still need to set up a few things. final approach course is 211, 211, and the minimums, despite the missed approach point right here, the minimums are 940 feet. Set. Yeah. Alright, so we obviously have high terrain going on at Madeira. So we especially have to pay attention to the final turn, not to get too close to the terrain. Missed approach as follows. Before this actual missed approach point, the missed approach procedure consists of turning left onto a heading of 137 to intercept radial 170 to Fusul. Climb to 3,000 feet. Now, if we lose the visual reference to runway 05 during the turn or after at least the missed approach point here, what I would do is to continue to the 6 miles where we actually have to start to turn, and then make a continuous right hand turn to a heading of 137, and then continue on the missed approach procedure from there. For this approach we need the Madeira VATSIM, which is 112.2. I'll select that. And then I want the terrain on both NDs. We might have to switch or have to enable the terrain inhibit a little later on to get rid of those pesky terrain warnings. But we'll see about that when we get to it. I'll probably turn the terrain warnings off when overflying the Funchal VATSIM. Also, at Funchal VATSIM, I want to be at flaps 15 and gear down. So we can see the FMC gives us 157 over Funchal, which is good. At Abuzu I want speed 200. I want at least flaps 1 overhead Abuzu. When overflying the missed approach point, and a little bit later than that, before we are turning towards final here, I'm going to select flaps 30 and do the last do the last landing checks. At 6 miles, continue the right hand turn. We want to make it nice and wide, so we don't have to, so we don't come in too shallow, because that would make the approach more difficult at least. So we want to make the curve nice and wide, and then we want to fly towards Galo, which is what I've set on the navigation display as well. Right here is Galo, but also we will be looking outside for the majority of this approach because it's a visual approach. But Galo is also a white building that is sitting very close to the coastline. The lowest altitude we can go flying the downwind is 940. I expect to be hitting 940 right around the 6 miles when we are beginning to turn final here, and then we want to descend to a minimum of 850 feet. After Galo, the next point we have to aim for is Rosario, where we will be at minimum 460 feet on the altimeter, that is. but I expect to have the puppies inside overhead galo. After that, we just have to follow the puppies, and the puppies should be followed. Both sides offset 5 degrees to the right, to the sea, as checked. Right side not visible on short final, but I think it will be visible at galo. They are set to define a 3 degrees descent path crossing the threshold at 57 feet. I might go a little bit lower than 57 feet. So I just don't want to be too high. But we do have a nice and long landing zone or touchdown zone at Madeira anyways. So but I do want to aim for a maybe 3 reds or 2 reds, but we'll see about that. Once again, missed approach altitude at 3,000 feet. Before the missed approach point, a left hand turn. After the missed approach point, we'll make a continuous right hand turn at 6 miles and then join heading, what was it again, 137. It's quite important to have the missed approach procedure in your head during this approach. Hello Theodore, welcome aboard man, nice to see you. It's going pretty good man, and you? Is everything well? Hope everything is well. Let's do the descent checklist. We got pressurization, land altitude is set 200 feet, recall is checked, auto brake is 3, landing data we got VREF 144, approach speed is 149, and also I will be keeping the speed up during this procedure to account for variable winds and fluctuations in the indicated airspeed. Approach speed 149, the minimums are 940. Approach briefing is completed. Yeah, all great. That's nice to hear, man. Don't you fly with the... Oh yeah! Fuck, I forgot all about that. Oh my god, I have to enable it right here, right? Flight tablet. Oh my god, I forgot all about that. Oh my god. God, I'm such a dork. Landing weight would be um 61.5, that's right. Landing flaps 30, packs on of course, NCS off, reverses all up, auto brake 3. VREF will add 5 knots. Let's import weather. Calculate. Haha! Look at that. Okay, available landing distance, required landing distance 5,300 and alright, that's 1,800 roughly. Okay, so yeah, thanks for that, Theo. God. Okay, so regarding the auto brake setting, then we will stop within taxiway Bravo, and within taxiway Bravo and within the first turning pad here. So what I'll do is revert over to manual braking at some point and then roll down to the first turn pad right here. Make a 180 on the runway and then grab Bravo, where we will follow the follow me car to the stand. If that sounds like a plan. Seatbelts goes on 20 minutes before landing, so that's 25:15. So in 5 minutes from now the seatbelts should be turned on. I wonder if we have any ETC online at the moment. There is no ETC online at the moment. And looks like on VATSIM they are grabbing runway 23, unfortunately. So that means that we will have to do this approach offline, because I don't want to get in the way of people who are trying to take it seriously. I don't want to screw them over by grabbing runway 05. What we also could do is go into observer mode. That way we can still see traffic, but they cannot see us. I think I'll do that. There we go. In the meantime, let me just try to fix my joystick with some duct tape. Alright everybody, don't be afraid to come into the chat and say hi. I promise I won't bite. Maybe Theodore will. I cannot make any promises about that one. Yeah, I'm a good guy. That's what they tell me. That's what I tell myself. Jarky, if you're still there, then let us know. Just to make sure that you haven't had a cardiac arrest and laying on the floor lifeless, screaming for help. Okay, level 230. Okay, so 1 minute till the seatbelt lights can go on. Let's just do it now. Seatbelts on. If Leo was here, then he would probably be doing the descent PA. Have you ever flown to Madeira before, Theodore? Hope you have. It's pretty fantastic destination. I love the challenging approach. Yes, indeed. I'm going on vacation from the 1st of December to Madeira, so I hope that we're going to do the visual of runway 05. That would be amazing to just witness that firsthand. Hello Nacho Freckle, welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, 44 miles till Abuzu. Now what else do we have going on? The tablet. Electronic flight black. Sim brief Elias, I think it's that. Let's authenticate. Okay. What I think about the new UFB? I will tell you that in just a second. Hello Zero, welcome aboard mate. Alright, perfect. First data from sim brief. Well, I did do that already. Save. Haha! Here we go. Weather arrival. Alright, 1270 at 5. Perfect. Robbie Plays, welcome aboard, welcome aboard. Alright, my opinion on the new EFB. I'm not gonna lie, I actually forgot to enable this because I completely forgot all about the new EFB. So this is my very first flight that I'm using it. But so far, I mean, now we at least have the takeoff and landing calculations and all that, so that's nice. That's a very neat feature to have. I also think it's pretty cool that you can like import all these various apps on the tablet itself, which is even better. But yeah, so far I think it's pretty good. It would be nice with a little more options to choose from, like Just like in the Phoenix, you have the ability to like enable ground power and all that good stuff, and close some doors and adjust cabin lights and all that stuff. That would be nice to have in the flight tablet as well, but hey, it is what it is. Alright. It's a little bit, I wouldn't say hazy, it's just a low cloud layer. We got view skies 1600, just to make sure that live weather is on. Okay. Hooray, good evening to you. Alright, is everyone hyped for this approach that I'm probably gonna screw up? Yes, Julian, you are absolutely correct. Intersection takeoffs would be, I mean, in my opinion, those are things that must be there already. Because how on earth are you supposed to use it when you can't even like select the intersections? The same with the Phoenix EFB. I remember that I disliked some part of it because you only had the option from the runway end to choose from and not intersections, and you could not even select the runway shortage in meters or in feet either. Couldn't do anything. So I mean, the least they could do is implement some sort of feature that enabled you to enter the intersection or the runway shortage manually, because you know, the intersection Bravo or Charlie or Echo 1 doesn't have to be in there. You just have to find out what the shortage is on the charts and then insert the shortage in the calculations. But they haven't done that either, so I dislike that a little bit in the Phoenix EFB. But it's not in the PMDG flight tablet either, so now I luckily use the virtual performance tool, which is a paid calculator online, but it's definitely worth it, worth all the money. It's not even that expensive. It's very affordable. It's like only a couple of euros per month. Yeah, I know, Julian. I know. But hopefully they will implement a lot of other updates in the future, right? Alright, let's kill the music. The replay is recording in the background. And when you buy this 737, do you have liveries on it? I mean, no, you do not have liveries on it by default. You'll have to install those separately. But those are free, so don't worry. They're easily accessible on either the PMDG Operations Center or FlightSim.to. So there's no need to worry about that. And you can find some amazing liveries and repaints on FlightSim.to. For instance, Ryanair. Some creators on FlightSim.to, not only have they painted the livery itself, but they have also implemented like these custom registrations and these custom Ryanair placards located all around the pedestal, which is very nice. It just adds so much to the realism, and that is also what I low-key expect from these developers as well. Right, Madeira is over there. We have that in sight, and we can, lo and behold, also see the lead-in lights. Alright, currently in the decel. I've selected speed 200 over Abusu. PMDG is doing this very, very nicely. So I'll just go minimum clean here for the time being. As I said earlier, I wanted gear down on flaps 15, overhead the Funchal V water. And yeah, the approach checklist is also complete, by the way. Forgot to mention that. We'll set final approach course 211. And what version of MSFS VATSIM do we have? I think I have Deluxe as well. Alright, flaps 1, speed is checked. Final approach course is set. I've selected the altitude to 900 feet. Engine start switch is continuous. Speed brake. I haven't tried the Horizon 7 at 9. Nope. I have not tried it yet. I'm not gonna be a nerd, but these games are absolutely insane. Well, it's not a game, it's a simulator. No, but you're right. I mean, Microsoft really outdid themselves with Microsoft Flight Sim here. It just looks amazing. I obviously had to tune down the settings quite a bit in order to get a nice bit rate on the stream and quality on the stream, but it's looking fairly good. Flap 5, speed checked. Alright guys, remember the approach, how that's supposed to be flown? Just show it to you quickly before I... Alright, so this is what we're going to do. We are almost at Funchal right now. But then heading 211, minimum 940, then a right hand turn at 6 miles. $1,000 to go, that's checked. Select the vertical speed to -500. Overhead the Funchal VOR right now, so let's go gear down. And flaps 15, speed is checked. Runway is in sight. And we can enable the terrain inhibit. This is where I'm going next month. I cannot wait. It's gonna be so great. Right, you guys ready? Approaching the missed approach point. Weather last year, that's amazing, dude. So great. Butter, please. Well, I'll see what I can do, Kure. See what I can do. We might have to flare a little bit, a little bit more than I would like, because it's an upward slope. 1,000 checked. Flap 30. Speed 149. All the landing lights on. Engine start switches are continuous. Speed brake is on. Landing gear down. 3 green and flaps 40 green light. Landing text complete. My aircraft. My auto throttle as well. Minimums continue. We can actually get rid of those minimums for now. Major approach altitude at 3,000 feet, get ready for the turn, and here we go. Keep the speed up during the turn. Just set heading 050. Right, so the altitude was minimum 850 feet overhead gale. And I'll begin the sharper turn right now. Try to match up the turning vector on the navigation display with the waypoint gale. 850, let's level out now. So Galo is the white building right on the coastline right here. Keep the altitude, keep the altitude. Right, now just follow the lead-in lights for now. Next point is Rosario. Right, looks good, looks good.
500.
We are stable. Let's begin the final turn here. Four reds, that's checked. Ah, that can't be right. Alright. $50, $40, $30, $20, $10. Speed back up. Reverses. Hopefully coming up now. Reverses normal. Here's Bravo. Manner braking. Auto brake disarmed. 60 knots. And here is the turning pad just as briefed. That's very nice. Welcome to Madeira. Those puppies really caught me off guard, not gonna lie. Yeah. Hope you all like that. I think that was a pretty good approach. We made the final turn very nice. The final lineup with the runway was very nice as well. Alright, the landing rate was plus 128. Plus 128. This is due to the upward slope. But we are going to watch a replay a little bit later, so stay tuned for that. It is coming up. And as all of you might know, a follow me car is mandatory at Madeira. So we're just going to wait for that. I wonder if this intersection is this steep in real life too, because I need to step on my brakes a little bit in order not to run into the wall or the trees in front of me. Can enable the terrain again. There's the follow me. Position lights to steady. Landing lights off. Keep it moving, buddy. Follow me. It's a Toyota Hilux. Very nice. No, Theodore, I won't be doing it return, buddy. Maybe another time. Maybe another time. Alright, we are closing in on 3 minutes. Which means we can shut down the engines as soon as we get on the stand. After the use of reverse thrust, we need minimum 3 minutes for the engines to cool or something like that. Alright, we have a Eurowings, Terra Portugal and a Transavia. Alright, so we need Alpha 6, Alpha 5 and Alpha 4. I think we'll grab Alpha 4. Oh, it will be. No. We're going with Alpha 3 even. And he just locked off. Damn. Could have used that stand. Marshal inside. APU on. Whoopsies. Stay tuned for the replay, everyone. It's gonna be very nice. Parking brake. APU is not on yet. There it is. Shutting down the engines. What keybind is for moving forward? Like, oh my god, look at that. Well, I just used the forward arrow. But you can check that in the settings. Parking brake released, and we can squawk IFR again. Alright. Not really what I would classify as a perfect parking, but okay. Whatever you say, GSX. Right, who is ready for the replay? Replay time, indeed it is. Let's hope my simulator doesn't crash. Alright, just gonna close down Volanta. Okay, and then an acceptable panel state. Let's go with taxi. We want flaps 30. Time for the replay indeed. Replay, let's go. Replay.
80 knots. Below terrain. 1,000.
It's gonna continue from there.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. Right, so this is hopefully what I can expect next month. Let me just quickly. Okay, so either that down there, or that there, or that there is Galo. Oh my god, look at those ridges. That's insane. Touchdown. Very nice. Let's see it.
Sink.
Haha, bamboozled everyone. Let me just find a correct spot here. Alright. Not too bad. Let me find another spot. Alright, here we go. Little bit of a leg spike there, but not too bad, huh? What I also like to do is find a nice spot. . Alright, last replay. Alright everyone, want to thank every single one for tuning in for this flight. Hope you enjoyed it, at least as much as I did. And I hope you think I did a great job on this one. I guess I'll catch you guys next time. Don't exactly know what and when that will be, but this will certainly not be the last stream I'll do. Alright everybody, with the replay going in the background, I want to sign out. Take care everyone, and I'll see you next time.